Hello, everyone. I first want to say thank you for all the warm welcomes that I've gotten to this group. I really appreciate it. I think all of the ladies in this group, you're all wonderful. And I'm really excited to network with everyone on here. Secondly, I would like to say thank you again for allowing me to talk about my business and what I do and the support that I can bring to women as well within the group. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, please feel free to put it in the live feed and I will definitely address them as they come up. So thank you again for those of you that are tuning in. So first, I'll introduce myself. My name is Colby Jones. I am a board certified executive leadership coach. So what that means is I provide leadership development to women in management positions, and my focus is newer management positions, so less than a year up to 5 years of experience, or business owners that lead a team underneath of them that may be struggling with engagement with their team. And also I provide support to struggling managers that may have been in their positions for a while, maybe managers that are on professional development plans within their companies. I'm available to be recommended from a company to come in and work with a manager that may be struggling. So that is my focus. It's mainly women, of course, but if a company was to recommend me for a manager that happens to be struggling, I open that window up to whatever support that company may need. So what does the board certification mean? Well, this past January, I completed coursework and coaching requirements to be able to call myself a BCC, which is a board certified coach. Sorry for that noise in the background. So that is what the BCC behind my title means, which kind of allows for corporations to really be able to seek me out. But I know that certification means a little bit more in the corporate world than what it does outside of there. So that was important for me to obtain. Some of my other experience is I have 15 years experience in the mental health field. I also, with that experience, I've also held leadership positions for, hi Ruth, I've held leadership positions for a while, I would say about 7 years. So within that, I have gone from direct care supports to direct care support to team leader to lower mid-management support all the way up to director's level management. So a lot of my experience comes from direct experience within the field. I've been a business owner. Hi, Barbara. Thank you. I've been a business owner for about a year now. Over that past year, when I was in my director position, I really started to figure out what my passion was, what I wanted to do. Just like a lot of other entrepreneurs and a lot of other women in here, you kind of get to a point where maybe your company that you're working with or whatever you're doing is not fitting into what you want to do. It's not fitting into your passion. So I had been coaching, before I really learned what coaching was, I actually had been coaching other managers for many years that were under me to help them become better leaders. So with that, I started to see, my passion within coaching and leadership development, which is when I really started to put my focus into my passion. So that's how Live2Lead Professional Coaching LLC became. I just got these shirts today, so I'm excited to be able to display them for you. So that is Live2Lead Coaching. So another thing that I'm currently working on within my leadership journey, which is something that I talk about a lot, is my journey. I think it's important to know where everyone comes from and what what causes that passion, that fire inside of you. Thank you for the comment on the shirt. But what really, like how to really understand how someone got to where they are. So I'm actually currently working on my doctorate at the moment for health administration, along with my passion of leadership development. I wanted to continue to work on that passion that I had in the mental health field as well. Like I said, I have 15 years experience in the mental health field, and I'm not quite ready to let that go. So something unique about my leadership coaching that I focus on is I really incorporate wellness into my coaching. So I talk a lot about self-care. I talk a lot about, being able to balance your personal life and your professional, your work life. If you're a business owner, being able to juggle that too, because that can take up so much of your time. So it's important to me to continue to work on that. So I'm a very busy lady, but I definitely always make time for my passion and make time for the people that I'm coaching. That's number one in my heart. So those are some things that I work on within that. Some of the services that I offer was currently I'm doing a 24-week coaching package, which sounds like a long time, and some things that I always explain to people is to be able to really work on goals and really develop goals and see progress within them. It takes time. Unless I've had a really short-term goal of being able to turn around something quickly and see a result. I've learned that over the years that 6 months is a really good time frame to be able to see results in any type of goals that you're working on. And that also comes back from my experience in the mental health field. I've developed treatment plans and service plans throughout my years of working in the field with some of the clients. I worked with individuals that had severe mental health issues who really needed support in working towards their goals and their action steps. And I learned that also, regardless of the individuals, whether it was a client that I was working with or whether it was a manager that I was helping develop, that 6-month time frame was essential to being able to see results. It's important to be able to see where you're going within goal development. So I offer, that's my larger coaching package, is a 6-month plan. The other one is a 3-month accelerated. I understand that the women that I work with are very busy, and a lot of times people want to move through their packages and things that they want to do quickly. So I kept in mind that there are individuals that work through things a lot quicker and don't really need a 6-month goal plan. So I've done a 3-month goal plan option as well. And then one last one is I do an hour and a half VIP leadership coaching session. This is for somebody that may just be struggling with one simple issue that they really need to talk through. They really need to develop a plan. And then once they do that, they're out on their own and going. So those are the three packages that within my business that I do. So I am the only person in my coaching business. I know that it's an LLC, but I did that for other reasons, but it's only me at the moment. My goal is to hopefully, have a business that I can bring people underneath of me and be working with me as well, and have expand it to be able to help serve more people. One thing that I know that I did run into with the current pandemic is a lot of managers have been struggling with engaging their teams because a lot of times businesses have closed right now, or people are working from home, which is not their typical work environment. So it can be hard to, I've seen one of two things happen. It could be really hard for somebody to adjust to that home, being homebound and trying to work from home. And then secondly, I've seen with a lot of managers that they cannot figure out how to stop their workday. So now that you're working from home, everything is blending in. You're wearing 20 different hats. You know, you might be a mom, you might be a wife, you got to cook dinner, you have emails still coming in from work. So I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say that, you know, that was a struggle of theirs. So recently I've kind of shifted my focus to being able to help people set those boundaries, because it's about boundaries too. And this also goes back to self-care and wellness. You know, with the wellness component of it, you know, if any of you had the opportunity to visit my website, you know, my motto that I kind of live by is that leadership is a lifestyle. You know, you can't be a good leader if you don't take care of yourself. So within that, you know, being able to take care of that is very important. Yes, Barbara, you know, you said you can relate to everything is crisscrossing. I actually did a live feed with a friend of mine who is a professional counselor on my business page probably about a week, no, probably about 3 weeks ago. We did something to address that, to be able to talk about taking care of your own mental health and being able to set boundaries. So I've recently published a workbook on how to manage as a new manager, which it's not only for new managers, it can be for anybody that is, yes, yep, absolutely. So it can be a, within this workbook, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Within this workbook, it talks about being able to set boundaries, you know, with your work day. You say I'm going to get up at, you know, 7:30. I'm only working till 3:30, and then I'm done. I'm shutting off my work phone. I'm taking care of me. And I use the term self-care gets thrown around a lot, and I know I say it a lot, but everybody's self-care is different, and we have to be mindful of that, right? Just because someone else says that their self-care is going out and getting a massage doesn't mean that that's my self-care. My self-care may just be just decompressing after a work day, going in my bedroom and just sitting there and relaxing, or putting on my favorite show to watch at a certain time. That could be your self-care is whatever makes you feel better and whatever helps you get separate your workday from things that are that your everyday, personal life. So yes, boundaries, it can be really hard to set boundaries if that's not something that you have done in the past. But what I always recommend is with setting boundaries for anyone, you have to stick to a habit. You have to, once you start doing it, you have to make sure that you continue to do it. You have to say, okay, I'm going to go to bed at 9 o'clock tonight, and that's going to be the time that I get in my bed and I stop doing whatever it is that, I said that I was going to do. So it's important to, whatever you say you're going to do when setting boundaries, that you continue to do it. So within, and I'm going to go back to the workbook that I mentioned, that I actually just this past week, I just published it. So it's something that I have been working on for a long time. I've taken different things that I've experienced, different things that I know from other people that I worked with that they've experienced, and I kind of just put it into it's like a 50-page activity workbook that you go through and you can write down different things. Now, right now it's an ebook, but paperback version will be available to be able to, be able to write in some of that stuff whenever you need it. But that's so important. And also another thing that I tell a lot of the women that I coach is that with our own self-care, we have to be mindful of the self-care of the individuals that we're leading to, right? It's important to have good relationships with those that are that we lead. It builds trust and it builds a good relationship. So if I'm not taking care of myself, then I'm not noticing that my staff or my team may not be taking care of their self. And now everybody is in complete chaos because everyone is stressed, especially with the pandemic that's going on right now. Everybody's stressed. Everybody's locked in the house. Everybody, like, nobody really knows what to do. So as a leader, you know, or if you have a team underneath of you, or if you're a business owner that has a team that you're leading, you want to make sure that they're taking care of themselves as well. So sometimes watch cat videos. Actually, okay, I'll make this confession since Teresa says she watches cat videos. I love watching random cat videos. All of my friends know that when I'm stressed or if anything is happening and I need a pick-me-up, they will send me funny cat videos. So you're not alone with the cat videos. I'm right there with you. So definitely gives me a good laugh sometimes. But like I was saying, you have to make sure that you are really picking up on other people's situations and things that they're going through, and you'll be able to help build them up. I'm really big on empowerment and empowering other women, empowering other managers, empowering other people that you lead, because that really puts you in a good light as a leader, and it makes you feel good to know that you played a role in being able to help other people build themselves up as leaders, which is another reason why I got into leadership development coaching, because that was always just really important to me. So I want to wrap it up really quickly. If you have any questions or anything about what you heard me talk about today, any of the coaching package questions, just let me know. Like I said, with the 24-week coaching package, it's not just coaching. It's 12 coaching calls. You get the workbook, you get all this other stuff. It's a really good value within that. But I will leave that up to you. If you're interested in any additional questions with it. Next Saturday at June 20th from 12:30 to 1:30. I am doing a leadership lunch and learn. So with the leadership lunch and learn, it is an opportunity, and it'll be a Zoom, so it'll be an opportunity for me to talk one-on-one with people to, yes, I will put a link in my post for the workbook. And I also have a link for the leadership lunch and learn. If anybody wants to RSVP, it's free. Like I said, it'll be an hour, and within the lunch and learn, you'll actually get the section 1 of my workbook as a free download. So section 1 of my workbook is professional development planning. So it gives you it works you through your long-term goals, your short-term goals, your action steps, your areas of improvement, and your strengths. So I will be going through that through the leadership lunch and learn that I will be doing next week. But that's still more of an introduction of me and what I do, and a little bit of the workbook, just to give, because I know sometimes people are skeptical about new things that come out, and I thought the best way to really introduce that is to just walk people through one of the sections of the workbooks. The ebook is $5.99 on Amazon. Like I said, I will put the link into the post, but I believe there should be, I will have the link to the lunch and learn, and if you're not able to get on for the lunch and learn, I will put a link to the direct section 1 of the workbook. You can still get that. That's a freebie download. So I still want people to have access to that, even if you can't get on the leadership lunch and learn. But if there are questions within that, while you're going through the goals, the professional development goals, please feel free to reach out to me and we can have, discussion. I'm offering free 30-minute, discovery calls for the moment. And well, not for the moment. I always have those. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said for the moment. But that's an option to have a quick discussion to talk about those goals and talk about if executive leadership is, something that you could benefit from, or if you know another woman that's in a management position that is really struggling right now with leading a team, or just struggling with their own self-care, please feel free to refer me out or have them message me. I love just talking to people. Like I said, I'm from the mental health field. I've done therapy, I've done all of that, so talking to people is something that I do all the time and I really enjoy doing. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity to be on. If for some reason the link doesn't post in the actual live video, Ruth, if it's okay, I will just go ahead and make a separate post with those links in it so everybody has access to that. If it's not okay, just let me know. We'll figure out something else. But I really, I like for people to be able to have opportunities to grow and learn. And if that is through something that I can do, then I'm more than grateful to help out. So one thing I didn't mention before I get off, I know it's been 20 minutes. I want to hold tight to that. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I didn't say where I was from in the beginning. That was supposed to be part. But I am virtual, so any coaching sessions, anything is all through Zoom or through phone if Zoom isn't an option. So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you all for coming on and listen to the live. I will make sure that you get all of those links. If for some reason you don't, please reach out to me and I will get them to you. All right. Talk to you all soon. Everybody stay safe and God bless.